The doctors gave him 3 minutes to change his mind. 3 minutes to sign the papers. 3 minutes to save his own life. He looked at the woman holding his hand, and he chose her. But like and subscribe if you believe some choices are worth dying for. This is the story of a man all called David, 32 years old, software engineer, average life, average apartment, average everything, until the headaches started. At first, he ignored them. We all do, right? Pop some ibuprofen, keep grinding. But these headaches, they were different. One night, he collapsed in his kitchen, woke up in an ambulance. The diagnosis came 3 days later. Stage 4 brain tumor, inoperable, 6 months to live, unless. His doctor explained there was one experimental treatment, cutting edge, expensive, and only available through a private medical trial. Cost $400,000. David laughed, not because it was funny, because his bank account had $3,200 in it. But then his phone rang. It was his father. They hadn't spoken in 4 years, not since David walked away from the family business, not since he told his father he wasn't going to live the life that was planned for him. His father's voice was cold. "I heard about your situation. I'll pay for everything, every cent. One condition. You leave her." Her name was Sarah. They met 2 years earlier at a bookstore. She was an elementary school teacher, made $42,000 a year, drove a car with 200,000 miles on it, lived in a studio apartment with a cat named Bagel. David's father hated her, not because she was a bad person, but because she was beneath them, because she didn't come from money, because she couldn't advance the family name. When David chose her over joining the family empire, his father cut him off completely. No trust fund, no inheritance, no safety net. And now, his father was offering him life itself, for the price of the only thing that made him want to live. David didn't tell Sarah about the call, not at first. He spent 3 days researching every option. Loans? He'd never qualify for that amount, not with a terminal diagnosis. Fundraising? GoFundMe? He tried, raised $8,000. Beautiful, heartbreaking, nowhere near enough. Medical bankruptcy? Doesn't work when you need the money now. Every door was closed, except one. His father called again. "Clock's ticking, son. What's it going to be? Pride or survival?"
He finally told her everything. The tumor, the treatment, the money, the ultimatum. Sarah didn't cry. She just sat there, processing. Then she said something that broke him. "You have to take it." David, "What? No, Sarah, listen to me. You have to take the deal. I can't be the reason you die. I can't live with that." "I'd rather have 6 months with you than 50 years without you." "Stop being romantic and be smart. Take the money, get the treatment, live your life." "Not without you." "Sarah, I'm begging you, don't do this. Don't make me watch you die for me. I'm not worth—" "Don't you dare finish that sentence." She was crying now. So was he. "If you love me," she whispered, "you'll choose to live." He held her face in his hands. "If I leave you to save myself, I'm not living. I'm just breathing." 2 weeks later, David was back in the doctor's office. The trial was closing. He had 24 hours to commit. His father had wired the money to an escrow account, ready to go, waiting for one signature. All he had to do was sign a separate document, a legal contract, stating he would end his relationship with Sarah and never contact her again. His father wasn't taking any chances. The doctor left him alone with the papers. He picked up the pen, and he thought about his life. The promotions he turned down because they meant less time with her. The vacations they took in a beat-up tent instead of five-star resorts. The Sunday mornings making pancakes. The stupid inside jokes. The way she fell asleep during every movie. The way she looked at him like he was enough. Not his last name, not his potential, just him. He put the pen down. He called his father. "I can't do it." Silence. "Then you're choosing death." "No, I'm choosing life. You just don't understand what that means." David had 4 months left. He and Sarah spent them like people who knew the clock was running. They didn't travel to Paris. They couldn't afford it. They went to the coast, rented a cabin, watched the ocean. They didn't have a wedding, but they made promises. She read to him when the headaches got bad. He made her laugh when she was terrified. They didn't talk about the end. They just lived. David died on a Tuesday morning. Sarah was holding his hand. The funeral was small. His father didn't come. But 3 days later, Sarah received a letter. It was from David, written weeks earlier, left with his lawyer. It said, "Sarah, if you're reading this, I'm gone, and you're probably angry at me. You're probably thinking I was stupid, stubborn, selfish. Maybe I was. But I need you to understand something. My father offered me 40 more years, 40 years of expensive restaurants and empty conversations, 40 years of proving I was worth something to people who only loved what I could do for them. You offered me 4 months of being seen. That's not a choice. That's not even close. I don't regret it, not for a second. You were my life, not the extension of it. And if I could go back, I'd choose you 1,000 times. Thank you for letting me love you. Thank you for loving me back. That was worth everything."
6 years later, Sarah still teaches second grade. She never remarried, not because she's stuck in the past, but because she learned something from David, that love isn't about duration, it's about depth, that some people spend a lifetime with someone and never feel seen, and some people get 4 months and it's enough. She keeps his letter in her desk. On hard days, she reads it, and she remembers he didn't lose, he chose. David's father passed away 2 years ago. He left his entire fortune to charity. He never mentioned David's name again, but in his final will, there was a handwritten note. It said, "I had a son once. He was braver than me." What would you choose? Let me know in the comments. And if this story meant something to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it.